Hello, how are you? Excellent, thank you. Hey, today I just wanted to talk about hair and particularly my type of hair, which some people would say is like textured hair or some people still call it kinky hair, or black hair, or African American hair, or an afro. Yesterday I took out my braids, my box braids, and sort of this is the result. Keep it like this sometimes, keep it covered up and what have you. Um, but yeah, probably gonna get it rebraided like in a few days here, and yeah, I just like it that way because when I go like exercise or something, like my hair is just like not all over the place, and I tend to ride a bike a lot, so I can fit it under the helmet. Um, I think when it's out and about, like you kind of get smashed up a little bit, and like you kind of clump together, and you got to constantly manage it. But anyways, it's been a fun journey growing out my hair. I think it's been about a year and a half. Check it out. A year and a half of growth. Last time I got it cut, it was like a fade, like very low. Yeah, I really didn't know what to do with it. I think that's part of the dilemma too. Like, I think specifically sometimes, or specifically like when you're a black male and yeah, you just don't know what to do with your hair. Like, at least whatever generation I'm from, like I was born in the '80s, so really like the thing to do is just to like cut your hair and then like if you grew your hair, you were like pretty much viewed like a certain way. A lot of people would like braid their hair. Maybe like those people are like thugs or gangsters or like that's what people like literally thought. Like they just thought like it had like serious like negative connotations. Whereas I was just thinking about like the female side of the equation, but I'll try to stick to the male side of the equation. But that was what was up, and like basically like if you didn't cut your hair, if you let your hair grow out, like you weren't considered like clean cut or professional. But things have changed, thankfully. Um, these things take a long time, and it's I think through the efforts of like people sort of being courageous and like letting their hair grow out, but also like it becoming just like a shift in the consciousness where people are like, why, why am I doing this? Like, my hair is great. Like it's, there's nothing wrong with growing it out. And I think there's like a particular element to like when you're a male, because like it's like women have long hair, but like men don't have long hair. So um, I think in that way, like it presents like a different sort of challenge when you're a male. So um, yeah, and I just think growing up, like really wasn't taught like how to like manage or take care of my hair, and like I'm trying to learn that now, and it's just like decades later. So it has been challenging. Um, but I think letting your hair grow, I think one reason to let your hair grow, you get presented with all these challenges and you get to see like its particular stages, and some of the challenges involve like, yeah, just for like instance, just like sleeping on it and like it getting matted down and then you had to like pick it out, or like on the ends of it, like on the ends of the hair, like a lot of times like I'll have like it'll just like kind of curl up at the end, and like that becomes something that like you could end up losing a lot of hair when that happens. So like maybe the best thing to do is to trim it, um, or like when it gets to this stage, like a couple inches long, like I started dabbling in like braids and box braids, so-called protected styles. Kind of just like keeps it from maybe like enduring too much. And then you also see like, yeah, when you have braids, like then your scalp gets irritated. So like, how do you protect your scalp, and how do you prevent like dry skin, and like how do you keep it moisturized? And so you end up learning a lot about really like yourself and your body, like this part of your body. It's like, you know, we're humans, and like the hair grows, and like why is it there? And but I do think it's a way to sort of like reflect or gain awareness about who you are. So I think that's the best thing about growing out your hair, is like the awareness that accompanies that. I think that's been the most beneficial part about growing my hair at this point, is just like the self knowledge that has come from that, but also like the realization that like as a black male, like you don't get like a lot of information about how to take care of this part of you. So yeah, so it's like a real opportunity to reconnect with myself. And the other side of that coin is like cutting your hair, and that presents a challenge too, because you gotta constantly cut your hair, and that's like another good reason to just like let your hair grow, because then you don't have to keep getting haircuts and keep paying that money. And so it's really being like economical, really, about your life, and like minimizing. I think just talking about the awareness, and then like sort of like the lack of knowledge there is. Like one thing that I want to be able to do in the future is like braid my own hair, and I think it's just step by step. Like I know, like, and yeah, I think it's just like a step by step process where you're just like have to I'm getting to the point where I'm like curious, and like I'm parting my hair, and like I think the first step is like learning how to make parts, and then like sectioning all parts of your hair, and there's just all these elements that are involved. And this Saturday, actually, I'm going to take a online class about how to braid hair, and hopefully like learn in the process like how to braid my own hair. So I'd be curious to know what you guys think. I guess no matter like what ethnicity you are, or gender you are, like what do you think about male hair, and like males growing out their hair, and that journey of growing out your hair? Have you noticed the same things? Have you noticed the awareness? Have you noticed that like maybe like you lack there's some sort of knowledge gap that maybe like women would have, because they maybe like grew up their whole lives like having longer hair and learning how to like care for it. Be curious like what your thoughts are on that, and like maybe some of the things that you've done to sort of close that knowledge gap. If you have some time, please like this video. Enjoy having these conversations with you guys. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and hopefully like I can make some more hair videos, give updates about like what's going on, and yeah, chat then.